Alright guys, what's going on? It's Connor's Defense bringing you another video today, and in today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about pistol braces. Now the braces that I'm going to be talking to you guys about today are the SB Tactical SBA3, SBA4, and SBA5. So there seems to be quite a bit of interest surrounding these three braces specifically, so I made a short a little while back and it seems to be getting some views, and I wanted to make a long form video so you could be more educated on it. 60 seconds sometimes is not enough video footage to get you the information you need. So let's talk about it. Real quick, I just want to say if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. And if you have any video ideas, drop them down below in the comments. Thank you guys for your support. Let's get back to the video. So the first one we're going to go ahead and talk about is the SB Tactical SBA3. This is by far the most popular pistol brace available. You probably own one if you own an AR pistol, or if you're shopping for one. The AR pistol you're shopping for probably has one already on it. Now this is just your basic design SB Tactical brace, and the other ones are a little bit better in my opinion, but we'll talk about this one first. And here's what it looks like when it's mounted on a pistol. Just so you guys know, all these braces work on carbine receiver extensions. So as long as it's just a mil-spec one, it'll fit. So I have all the information in front of me on this pistol brace. It is a 5-position pistol brace. It has a ambiguity sling slot, which is right here. The cavity depth, which is the hole right here, is 6 inches. The overall length of the brace is 6.25 inches. The length as you're extending it out, it starts at 6.75 inches. The next bump is 7.6. The next one is 8.25. The next one is 8.75. And the last one is 9.5 inches. This brace weighs 6.75 ounces. And it comes in colors of black, FDE, OD green, and stealth gray. Alright, so the width on the SBA3 pistol brace is 1.8 inches wide. And this brace specifically is known for being the minimalist design. It looks very basic. The only cons that I personally have against this brace is that the flaps right here like to fold over themselves just like that. And it's all out of whack. There are companies that make blocks to go ahead and stop this from happening, but if you alter a pistol brace, at least from my understanding of it, if you alter it in any way, it's classified as a stock then, because you're increasing the surface area of the pistol brace, and then now you have an SBR, and you're subject to a tax stamp, and yada yada yada, all that fun stuff. Because the ATF loves making dumb rules. And that is pretty much all the details on this SBA3 pistol brace. It is a great pistol brace. I have a bunch of them. I just personally think that the other designs are a little bit better, and we'll talk about it. Alright, so the next one we're going to talk about is the SBA4. Just like the SBA3, it's a 5-position pistol brace. It also has an ambiguity sling socket, which is right here, right up front, which is unlike the other one because the other one had it in the middle. So that is a change if you run a sling. That may be personal preference if you want it there or not. The cavity depth on this one is 6.75 inches, so 3/4 of an inch longer than the previous one. The overall length of this brace is 7 inches, which is again 3/4 of an inch longer than the previous one. As you're bumping this thing out, it starts at 7.5 inches. The next bump is 8.25 inches. The next one is 8.8 inches. The next one is 9.5 inches. And the next one is 10.25 inches. So again, 3/4 of an inch longer than the previous one. This brace weighs 10 ounces, which is 3.25 ounces more than the previous one. Alright, so the width on the SBA4 is 2.25 inches wide, which is a little bit wider than the SBA3. Obviously, some good and bad things about that. They did add some more real estate right here on the sides. And the colors that the SBA4 comes in is black, FDE, OD green, and stealth gray. So great color options as well. So the main con for the SBA4 is that it is very heavy, but what I do appreciate that they fixed is that this right here no longer folds over itself. You can't get it to fold over itself, and I appreciate that. Otherwise, I don't mind this one. Alright, and here's what it looks like with the SBA4. Definitely much longer on the end. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about my favorite one, which is the SBA5. So again, just like the past two, it's a 5-position pistol brace with an ambiguity sling socket, which is, again, right here in the middle. The cavity depth on this thing is 6 inches. The overall brace length is 6.2 inches. Now, the website didn't give me all of the details as far as the extended length. It just told me 7.5 inches to 10.25 inches, so I had to verify that. So I measured it myself. This is the measurements that I got. So I got 7.5 on the first one, 8 inches on the second bump, 8.6 on the third, 9.25 inches on the fourth, and 10.25 inches on the last bump. This unit is a little bit heavier than the first one, but a little bit lighter than the second one. It weighs 9 ounces. And the colors on this one, there aren't as many color options as the previous one. This only has 2. It's black and FDE. The only con about this one, again, just like the last one, it is heavier than the original one. So out of all 3 of them, this one right here, the SBA5, is my favorite. And the reason being is because it is much sturdier here where the flaps are. So you literally can't squeeze it, which is perfect. And then you have a nice wide area right here, which is great. I actually forgot to talk about that. The width is 2.1 inches. Again, great surface area right here. And here's what it looks like with the SBA5. Now, price point wise, on the website, they're all the same price. So really, it's just personal preference on what you prefer. Personally, I got all of these pistol braces on sale, which are very easy to find. You just got to go scour some websites, and you should be able to find some sales on them. Now, there are some other pistol braces that people usually consider. Personally, SB Tactical is my favorite brand as far as pistol braces go, but I will talk to you about the other ones. So the main one that was brought to my attention was the Magpul BSL, and I'll pop up a picture of it here. Now, as far as this pistol brace goes, it does look like a very basic pistol brace. Doesn't really look like it has too many features. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this pistol brace. I haven't really held it or used it, but just judging it from the pictures, I am not going to like it, especially since the back of it looks not super great. It looks like if it were to hit you in the shoulder, it would probably hurt a little bit. Personally, I'm not a big fan of that, and I think that's the QD sling spot right in the back of it. I'm not a fan of that location at all. So, personally, not a fan of this pistol brace. I will not be buying it, though if you guys want me to compare it to the other ones, I'll buy it just to compare it, but I'm not a fan. And then it looks like the spot to adjust it, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of that. I prefer, like, the actual lever right here. I'm a much bigger fan of that design, but that's just me. Alright, and this one here is the Shockwave 2.0. Again, I'll throw up a picture. I'm looking at it right now. Again, just like the Magpul, it looks very, very basic. I am not a fan of the design of it, personally, but that's just me. I'm not really seeing a QD sling socket on this one. It is made in the US, that is nice, but so is SB Tactical. Personally, there's not really a whole lot of great pictures on this thing. I would assume it's a lot like the Magpul, where the back of it is... Again, looks like it would hurt if it were to hit you in the chest. I'm not really seeing a sling socket, so that's, you know, feature-wise, doesn't really hold up against the others. And what are we looking at price-wise on this thing? Okay, it's a little bit cheaper than the Magpul. This is probably the cheapest of the bunch. If you were just looking for just a bare basic one, I mean, that's a good option, but I would imagine you could find the SBA3s for... used probably much cheaper than that, I would guess. So personally, not a fan. Alright, and then this here is the Strike Industries stabilizer on the bottom right. It looks, again, like the Magpul, just with a little bit more Strike Industries kind of features on it. They have serrations in it for some weird reason, just for design, I guess. Again, I'm not really seeing a lever, and I don't know how the back of it looks, but at least they have a QD sling slot right here. I'm not sure how I feel about the location of it, but I don't own it, so I can't really tell. But yeah, this isn't, again, my personal preference. This isn't what I would get for a pistol brace. I'm just a big fan of how SB Tactical designs them, and I'm going to stick with them because they work well. Personal preference, that's just me. $35, that is definitely a good bargain compared to the Shockwave, in my opinion. This looks like a little bit better, especially since it has a QD sling socket. Yeah, Strike Industries makes good products. That one wouldn't be a bad idea, but it's just my personal preference. I wouldn't use it. That's just my opinion. You may not like SB Tactical. That's totally fine. That's your opinion. For me, they work well. So I would say if you're upgrading from the SBA3, I definitely think the SBA4 is a good upgrade, though it does add some weight. But I think the happy medium is the SBA5. It is just a very sturdy pistol brace, and it is great for the money. And again, you can find them on sale. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. If you guys have any more video ideas you want to see, let me know down below in the comments. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in the next one.